Ahoy there, and welcome back to Solomon's Deck. I will be sailing solo. The old sport has left me in charge of the helm, so won't you join me on another adventure as we sail through the book of Revelations? This time we're going to be covering chapter 12. So set your sails and let's head off to our adventure. A great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, on her head a crown of 12 stars. And she was with child, and she cried out, being in labor and in pain to give birth. Then another sign appeared in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns on its head. And his tail swept away a third of the stars of heaven, and threw them down to earth. And the dragon stood before the woman who was about to give birth, so that when she gave birth he might devour her child. And she gave birth to a son, a male child, who was to rule all the nations with a rod of iron. And her child was caught up to God and his throne. Then the woman fled into the wilderness, where she had a place prepared by God, so that she would be nourished for 1,260 days. And there was a war in heaven, Michael and his angels waging war with the dragon. The dragon and his angels waged war, and they were not strong enough, and there was no longer a place found for them in heaven. And the great dragon was thrown down, the serpent of the old, who is called the devil and Satan, who deceives the whole world. He was thrown down to earth, and his angels were thrown down with him. Then I heard a loud voice in heaven saying, "Now the salvation and the power and the kingdom of our God and the authority of his Christ had come, for the accuser of our brethren that has been thrown down, he has been accused them before our God day and night. And they overcame him because of the blood of the Lamb and because of the word of their testimony, and they did not love life even when faced with death. For this reason, rejoice, O heavens, and you who dwell on them. Woe to the earth and the sea, because the devil has come down to you, having great wrath, knowing that he has only a short time." And when the dragon saw that he was thrown down to earth, he persecuted the woman who gave birth to the male child. But the 2 wings of the great eagle were given to the woman, so she could fly into the wilderness, to her place where she was nourished for time and a half, a time of the persistence of the serpent. And the serpent poured water like a river out of its mouth after the woman, so that she might cause her to be swept away with a flood. But the earth helped the woman, and the earth opened its mouth and drank up the river which the dragon poured out of his mouth. So the dragon was enraged with the woman and went off to make war with the rest of her children who kept the commandments of God and hold to the testimony of Jesus. Alright, thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed this podcast today, Revelations chapter 12. I hope to see you next time here on Solomon's Deck. Take care and God bless.